What's up, guys? Welcome back into the YouTube channel. If you're new, thank you for stopping in. So yes, I am filthy. Yes, I just got done filming a video. We just got done with the full, complete rebuild on the front end of the Tahoe. And while I was down here, I figured, let's talk wheel spacers. I had a company reach out to me. The company is Evil Energy. I'll put everything right here. Justin, he hit me up, said, hey man, we want to do kind of something like teamwork wise together. Go to our website, pick something out. And you guys know I can't stand these GM trucks. The front wheel tracks wider than the rear wheel, obviously for traction purposes, but it looks dumb. So they end up having 6 by 5.5 wheel spacers. I'm gonna compare them here. So there's one, and here is Evil Energy's brand. Don't mind my fingers. I got fingerprints all over this. So everything is nice and packaged in here. The cool thing about the Evil Energy wheel spacers, they are hub centric, which we'll talk about, and they are the true 6 by 5.5. So first of all, here is Evil Energy, and they have everything stamped here on the side. So this is an 1.5 inch spacer, which hopefully you guys can see. And the cool thing, like I said about these are hub centric. So what that means is, hopefully you guys, like I said again, can see it. It's got this little ring. I'll bring it even closer. It's got this little ring right around the center where you'll slip it onto the hub pretty much. That's what this is meaning. So when you slide it on to the vehicle, for instance, the Tahoe over here, the hub will sit in here, and this little ring that they machined on here will keep that nice and centered. Unlike your cheaper Chinese style brand, it's nothing. It's just a giant hole. You slip this on there, bolt it down, and hopefully it doesn't waller around. And just to compare again, so like I said, there's the Evil Energy. We flip it over. Let me get it all lined up. You guys can tell just the difference, hopefully, how much more material is on this Evil Energy wheel spacer versus this cheap Chinese one. So again, don't cheap out if you guys are running wheel spacers. I know a lot of people are against it. I personally have ran them on my 98 K2500 over there for about the entire time I've had the truck, so probably almost 8 years. Have never had an issue. I've used it to tow like my gooseneck. I've hauled round bales. I've hauled my square body. When it comes to wheel spacers, hub centric and torquing these down is key. When I mount these onto like the Tahoe or my 98, I get some of the like medium grade thread locker. And obviously when this goes onto, let me get this stud off. So when this goes onto the Tahoe, so say here's the hub, it slips onto the Tahoe, these will actually go in the hole and tighten down, and then you'll use your factory lug nuts. I put, like I said, the medium grade thread locker on here just to help tighten everything up. Like I said, I've never had any issues with it, but I already have one of these mounted. So I'm gonna kind of show you what it looks like on the Tahoe versus the opposite side where there's nothing. So let's go ahead and jump on over. So starting off on the side that doesn't have a wheel spacer, like I said, this is gonna be where that hub centric comes in handy. When you slip that wheel spacer on, that little extra meat that they left on there is gonna keep it nice and centered on the actual hub itself versus that Chinese one that's just gonna leave that a giant hole and it could potentially slide around, just have a bunch of slop. If we go around to the driver's side, I got one mounted, which I'll show you how I mount these. Here is it mounted already. Like I said, you got that nice machine lip right on the inside. Everything is nice and tight. Like I said, I used my medium grade thread locker in there. We won't have any issues with this coming off. And then when I put my wheel back on, I'll torque everything down back to kind of factory spec and we'll be good to go. So let's go ahead and grab this other Evil Energy wheel spacer. We'll hop on over to the side that obviously doesn't have it on there, and we will get this thing bolted up. All right, guys, for the sake of the video, I went ahead and put a little bit of my thread locker on there just because it was making a mess and dripping all over the floor. So I went ahead and did that off camera real quick, wiped everything up so I'm not sitting in it. But like I said, we're gonna take our wheel spacer here and again, slip it straight on there. And like I said, that's hub centric. So just for instance, like I can move it back and forth obviously, but there's no up and down play. Let me grab the other Chinese one. So say you cheap out and go with this Chinese one. Like you can see the difference, how much space is in there. I can jiggle that thing up and down, side to side. Like that, that just doesn't seem safe to me. We put that one on there, and we are good to go. So now we're gonna take our studs off here real quick. Or our studs, our new lug nuts. Take that one off. Right there. That one on. Pull this one off. So again, guys, when I tighten this down, I'm gonna still do kind of your X pattern that you were taught, or hopefully taught, putting on a wheel. And I'm just gonna use my gun real quick and tighten these down. And then I'm gonna grab my bigger bar here by hand and get it tightened down. Then we're gonna throw on our wheel and see how much, hopefully it lines up with the front wheel up there. So let's go ahead and tighten these down. So I apologize. I thought I hit the record button and I definitely did not. So what I did, I just stuck my pry bar in here like this and then took my wrench, stick it on here like this and just tighten it down and then spun it and tightened it again. So now that that's on there, like I said, we can go ahead and throw the wheel on and see what this thing will look like. And hopefully, fingers crossed, like I said, everything will line up and match the front now. No more goofy, sucked in back tire versus poked out front tire. Let's get this guy up on here. There we go. And then we will take our lug nuts and they will thread onto the wheel spacer stud now. And like I said, we'll just torque everything down just like it's the wheel stud on the actual Tahoe itself. So I'm just gonna quickly, again, run this up on there. Like that. And now we'll be able to, oh yeah, that's much nicer looking. Don't mind the front tire, it's turned to the right a little bit, but you guys can see the tire poke. So before, this tire basically set almost flush. I mean, it was barely poked out. Now that we got that 1.5 inch spacer, this thing's gonna look good going down the road. And the cool thing is it's the same way on the 79. This rear tire sits in a little bit further, so I'll be able to take the other set of rear spacers and stick it on the back of the 79 and get everything lined up just like this. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other tire, drop it down so you guys can actually see what it looks like when it's sitting on the ground, all level. And yeah, this thing's gonna look killer now. well, there we go, guys. Everything is down on the ground. Everything is tight. Be sure to run over to Evil Energy. I will have their website linked down in the description. I have a coupon code to save yourself a little bit of dough. But man, check that out. Nice stance. Looks way, way better. Much, much safer than them cheap Chinese ones. So do away with those. Like I said, guys, run over there. I can't thank Justin enough for reaching out and sending me these spacers. Like I said, I'm gonna take the other set of these and throw them on the back of the 79 to make it all nice and even now. But like I said, guys, everything in this video will be down in the description. Wheel spacers, their website, coupon code, all that. So run over to Evil Energy and grab something. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it. Remember, learning as I do, doing I love. I'm the GM man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.